are Tacky Scraps, but before we come on, we've got an incredible treat for you today. A good friend of mine, Felicia Stewart, is in the house. You may know her from YouTube. That's right, give it a woo! And she is going to be sharing her gifts with us today. So, without further ado, Felicia!
Hey everybody! Alright, how's everybody feeling today? Felicia Stewart, and I am the creator of a channel called Humanity Speaks. So, by show of hands, who all has heard of Humanity Speaks before? Woo! Okay, so just the people I invited. Nice. Okay. Alright, well, Humanity Speaks is a social media channel that's aimed to uplift, inspire, and relate. So today we have two couples that we're interviewing. Let's have our first couple to the stage.
Oh, God.
Okay, so who do we have here today?
Whitney Millsap.
Cole Nowacki.
So, how did you guys meet?
We actually met at Dad's Garage. It's an improv theater just across the street, and it's kind of a scandalous story.
I was taking classes.
And I was teaching those classes. But we actually met in 2019.
Yes.
We saw each other right before the pandemic. So, and we didn't care about each other at all. And I was with somebody else. He was like with somebody.
Alone.
Okay. And, anyways, didn't even cross our minds. And then we came back from the pandemic, and I was teaching another class, and he and a bunch of other folks that I knew from Dad's were taking that class. And it was just one of the most magical classes. And I was still with someone at that time. And I went home, I said, I might have a crush on Cole, to the person I was dating. But we had an open relationship in that way. Not in that way, but in like, we were very like honest about like, what's it like? I'd be like, oh, that person's beautiful, male or female. That person, I love this, you know? And so anyhow, when I was done being a teacher, it just kind of linked up.
Yeah.
What's your version?
It's exactly the same. Yeah, I think once you stopped teaching us, we would just kind of hang out from time to time. We'd go out, and it was always such a good time. I always felt so supported by you as a friend, and it was just such a real friendship rather than it just being some sort of hollow thing.
Yes.
When you guys were just friends, did you guys flirt? Did you hit on each other? Did you know that she had a crush on you? Like,
yeah, did you?
How was it?
I think I had like an inkling, only because, but it was so hard to say because Whitney's so like warm and bright and friendly, so I wasn't sure whether like she was like the friendliest person I'd ever met or whether she was into me. And as someone who has like a difficult time knowing if someone's into them, it was a bit confusing. But I will say there was one point in time where she had invited me over for like just to hang out, see the garden, and like have dinner, and she was like, I think I have a crush on you.
I did, but I was like, but it's not going anywhere, so just forget about it.
This will never happen, it'll never be anything, so I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, I did, well, because I was like, I'm a teacher, you're a student. I mean, let's be fair, though, we're like only 8 years apart in age, so it's not like you're 15 or something, but anyhow, so it was just like, this will never happen, I have this crush, but it's stupid, and I just want to say it out loud so we can just move past it.
Aww. So how did it change once you told him? Was it immediately like, okay, I love you too, let's get together? Or was it like awkward? How did you receive it? She
was so firm about the fact that it was not going to happen. That I didn't know what to say. So I just was like, okay, yeah, like that's fine. And then
in my head I was like, man, I really blew this. It's gonna be weird forever.
I was like, I guess I can't say anything. So I eventually left, and as I'm driving, I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. I feel so good. It really made me feel so great. But then I was like, I guess I can't do anything about this. She is telling me firmly that this will never happen.
Hard stop.
But we just kept hanging out, and I think just eventually it was like, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I want to know, what are you guys' favorite qualities about each other?
Oh my god. Cole, okay, this year in particular, like my grandmother passed away, lots gone on, like it's been a lot of loss, but I've said it over and over again, I've never laughed more. He is so fun and sweet and uplifting and honest and reliable, and I just feel like I'm with my best friend all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, for real. So sweet.
Yeah, I feel like you've got my back all the time.
Oh, yes.
It's from like day one, since we like began as friends, it's just been like, man, this is really somebody that I trust, and trust like endlessly.
Yeah.
You make me laugh all the time. Nobody has my back in the same way, and I think it feels so good.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so outside of their relationship, you guys are here for their show. They have a comedy duo called Tacky Scraps.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
I think just, early on, we met through improv, and pretty early on, Whit was like, I just want to perform with you, I want to play with you. But there wasn't like a place for us to do that necessarily.
Because that is how he caught my eye. In class in particular, he was playing a chimp in one scene, and he just did it so beautifully. It was a chimp named Penelope is how it turned out, and she like wasn't wearing underwear. And anyways, it was a whole thing. But I was just like, who is that? Like, he was so funny and good.
Yeah, and so pretty early on, we had talked about doing something, and then we started seeing each other, and it was like, you know what, there's no better time than now. And so we put together Tacky Scraps, workshopped it a few times, and then Miguel was nice enough to let us put it on here.
Yeah. And DB joined us. We got DB on the keys. Yes. An incredible talent here in Atlanta. I've been performing with some of the best groups, and we were like, DB, come jam with us.
Please.
And he was nice enough to.
Awesome.
And the actual name comes from my nickname, and my Instagram name is Meow Scraps, and Cole's long-standing name is
It's Tacky Nowacki. My last name is Nowacki.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. I always wonder, like, how did y'all come up with that name?
Yes.
How is it working together?
Working together, I think, is going to put some level of strain on our relationship, but I think we work together so well. I love collaborating with her, whether it's like putting together a show, or building our format, or working
Or
on
a poster.
Exactly, or posters, or t-shirt designs, or whatever. It's always easier with her, and I think that's really just like the best thing.
Totally. I would say the hardest part is that, like, it took us a while when we were performing together. I think that Cole was like worried he was going to disappoint me, or that like I was going to be upset with him, or like his performance like somehow was a value in our relationship.
Yeah.
And it took a while for that to kind of, I was like, I'm gonna still date you. No, like we may have a bad show. We will have bad shows. Like there's no question. That's just the nature of the art form. But like I'm with you because I love you and I want to work with you, and I love how his brain works. So that's exciting.
Oh,
Yeah.
love it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, that's
Thank
all
you
the-
for
yeah.
having